Greetings, hello, and welcome. And I really are attending today's session. Now, I am SUMAIRA NABI, and I am pleased to be hosting yet another event organized by K.I.T.E.S Education and Yuva IncubatED. Now, first of all, I want to congratulate each and everybody who has been attending these sessions. Secondly, if all of you have been attending our sessions, and if not, then I think it is important to tell you that each and every session of ours has a theme, has a topic to it. Similarly, today we also have a very specific, a very distinct topic, and that topic is future of skill-based education, employment skills training versus entrepreneurial training. Now, our first honorable mentor and speaker is present with us. But before that, I would take the privilege of saying a few lines in front of all of you. So with due respect, there's this book by Viktor Frankl. I'm wondering if anybody has had the honor of reading that book. This book is called Mr. Ghosh. I am presenting the video. Kindly check your settings. So, as I was saying, this book by Viktor Frankl called Man's Search for Meaning. In this book, Viktor Frankl explains a really beautiful thing. And this thing is that every man possesses a skill within himself. Now, this skill, recognizing this skill is not the easiest job a man can ever encounter. I deep down believe that to recognize the skill, we have to master the phenomenon of self-awareness. Now, self-awareness, I have been, I have been pressing on this topic in many of the sessions that we have had previously. Now, self-awareness is a very, very important phenomenon to me, and all of us in K.I.T.E.S Education and Yuva IncubatED believe that as well. And that is the only reason why we are, organizing these events. We want the Indian individuals, all of our Indian individuals, to recognize the skill that they truly possess within themselves. And today is also today is also another day, another opportunity for us to recognize our skills. Now, with that being said, with all of those positive vibes generated, I hope all of us are on the same page right now. So this is me, SUMAIRA, and I would take I would take this privilege to introduce our first speaker, who is going to be Mr. Roshan Kissenbonde. Now, a little bit I'm going to say about Mr. Roshan Kissenbonde, our honorable speaker and mentor. He is the assistant professor, innovation ambassador, and Institute Innovative Council member at Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Technical University, Maharashtra. Now, our mentor is going to shed light on the topic of employability and entrepreneurship issues and challenges. We are really honored to have you with us today, sir, and it's an immense pleasure to introduce you today. We would request you to turn on your camera and start your session as we have awaited your presence. Mr. Roshan Bonde.
Yes, ma'am. Wait a minute.
Absolutely, sir. So, dear panelists, in the meantime, our mentor and speaker starts his session. I want you to know that that the sound is pretty good from my side. So, Mr. Ghosh, I request you to check your settings. You can try and log out and log in once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk a lot more about this book, Man's Search for Meaning. And I hope all of you are ready for today's session. And we also get this opportunity to discuss with you about this book, because I'm really enthusiastic about this book. And, the very reason why we are here in this session is for self-improvement and self-recognition. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ms. Chandni. So, dear attendee, Mr. Javed Ali, we always share a feedback form at the end of our session. It's a tradition that we have. If you have been attending our sessions, at the end of the session, we always share the feedback form. So you will have to wait for that. And we always love your feedbacks. We are always, willing to take the feedback from you, and that's what we are going to do today as well. We're going to share the feedback form at the end. Anyways, let's continue our discussion till our first mentor and our first speaker, Mr. Roshan Bonde, is present with us. So I shouldn't say present with us until he starts his session. Anyway, with due respect, I want to talk about this really interesting book because absolutely the motive why we are here is self-awareness, self-growth. I hope all of you agree with me on this one at least. So the book, Man's Search for Meaning, written by Viktor Frankl, is a very special book. The reason why I spoke about this book today is that this book is not just your normal ordinary book. This book is really special because the writer, Viktor Frankl, writes this book on the basis of his experience that he faces in concentration camp. So, Mr. Javed Ali, thank you so much. But I want your participation as well. This book by Viktor Frankl. So I want all of you. I want you to be really like inspired, so that you also read this book. At the end of this event. If you're not into reading books, you can also listen to an audiobook. It's also available, I guess, on YouTube by Viktor Frankl. So this book has been written by this author, demonstrating his experiences that he faced in this concentration camp. Now, at the end, we reach a really beautiful and enlightening conclusion. So Viktor Frankl, what he does is he makes us enlighten ourselves by saying this really beautiful line that we have this tendency of asking ourselves this question. I believe each and everybody of you have achieved so much in your life, but I bet that you have asked yourself this question one day or another day: what is my role in this life? Why am I here? So if you guys have asked that question, can you type a why in the chat box for me, please? Just type a why if you have asked yourself that question. Okay, Mr. Javed Ali has. Anybody else has asked the question? Why am I here? What's my purpose in this life? Okay. So would you all be interested in reading this book? Because this book answers this very question. Everybody has had this dilemma of why we are here, what our purpose is in this life. But Viktor Frankl, he asks us to change our paradigm. He asks us to change our perspective, the way we see the world. So the solution, I'm just going to spill it to you. So spoiler alert, if you're going to read the book as well. So what the solution he offers to us is that we change our perspective by saying that it's not the spotlight is not on us. Life itself expects something from us. So I hope you're getting me on this. Life expects something from me. Life expects something from you. So that way you are the hero of your story. So I just hope that you guys understood what I tried to say here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are so awesome and really enthusiastic, and I'm humbled to be here, humbled. So our honorable speaker, Mr. Kishan Bonde.
Yes.
So with due respect, whenever you want to start.
Ma'am, just a minute. I'm trying.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Majid. There are a lot of things that you guys can also share with me. So are there any books? I am a very book person. Let's talk about books for some time. Are there any books that you guys recommend, reading? Um, let's hear it from you this time. So today, let's just have this beautiful discussion. Any books that you guys recommend for reading? I would also recommend a few because, as I said, to be honest, okay, how can I contact you? I want to improve my personality and my skills. Absolutely. See, I have a YouTube channel. I'm being really humble. I am not supposed to speak about it, but you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will share the link. And I also upload content on communication skills and informative skills as well. Absolutely. I would take a session if K.I.T.E.S Education and Yuva IncubatED allow me. I would definitely take, but I need a huge participation. I cannot, since I'm not a renowned personality, I would be humbled if all of you will be joining, and therefore request the authorities. I will be taking a session with pleasure, and I have a lot to share as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Pramila. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Think and Grow Rich. Richest Man in Babylon. So 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a book by Stephen Covey. Now, Think and Grow Rich is, I think, by Robert Kiyosaki. Am I right? And A Rich Man in Babylon. Absolutely. Amazing books. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely. I would be sharing the link in the chat box later on for sure. So our dear participant has shared really beautiful books. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm really humbled to say that I'm reading that one right now. And I've gone through 2 of the habits. Yes, I'm like taking it really slow because what I'm trying here is reading one habit and then implementing it. At least I'm waiting for like a week and I'm checking whether I am implementing this habit, day to day on day-to-day basis. And then I'm moving on to second habit. That's why it's taking me a little longer this time. So I'm kind of tasting the book, Okay, so do we have any other book here? Atomic Habits by James Clear. Okay, I'm going to note that, Mr. Alif Banerjee, our honorable panelist today. So I'm going to note that Atomic Habits by James Clear. Wow, awesome. Okay, any other book? To be honest, I want to share a really funny incident with you guys. So what I did was I read this book, Man's Search for Meaning. Then I came across this another book, Ikigai. It actually talks about my previous books. So there's it's like a journey. So I think my unconscious mind is choosing these books unconsciously, but all of them are like somewhere connected to each other. It's really funny. I don't know if you guys think that's funny. Okay. Another book by Mr. Alif Banerjee, Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna note all of that. And definitely these are going to be in my list. So I hope all of you are liking this a little. So, every day is a different day. So today we have this kind of discussion. So why not? Why not? Let's just try everything. The Art of Dying by Osho. That's a very, very interesting name. Awesome. The Art of Dying. Okay, there's one book, guys, that I want to recommend from my side. If you allow me, I would recommend. But it is not like it's not a literature-based book. It's a very funny and a really sweet kind of book. Now, I think we should start with our first mentor and speaker, Dr. Ravishankar CV. Now, Dr. Ravishankar CV is present with us, and thank you, everybody. I want to thank all of you for we have had such an amazing discussion, and I've had really fun, and we're going to meet again. And now we welcome our first mentor and speaker, Dr. Ravishankar CV.
Visible. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Yuva IncubatED and K.I.T.E.S Education and High School Fest organizing this national webinar, Employment Skills Training versus Entrepreneurial Skills Training. I am very much thankful to the coordinators and all for giving me an opportunity today to discuss with very, very important topic. It is the need of the hour, creating employees or employers. That means whether we are, as a parent, we are creating employees or employers, or as a teachers, we are creating employees or employers, or as a government or that university or college or any organization. We are actually making our young generation to become employees or employers. So this is the question. Actually, it is often come to my mind when I am interacting with many students, industrial people, and startup leaders in all these years. So that and all actually views and opinions is my today's topic, need of the hour, creating employees or employers. And this itself is almost one day point of discussion, but I have reduced to almost 45 minutes range. So as much as possible, I will try to include all the information what is very much required. And the younger generation of today's engineering or any other graduates, whether they can opt for to become employees or to become employers. That is my point of discussion today, and just my views with you. Brief discussion. What I'm considering is introduction, issues and complexities, general mindset of present young generation, need of the hour, where we stand in present situation, and final remark. Almost some 80 to 90 PPTs I have reduced it for this discussion. Maybe this contents is intermittent and it include in different ways in my progress of the PPT presentation, not in the same order. See, now actually we will start working on understanding what exactly between employees and entrepreneur or employer. See, by this picture itself shows you out of some 50 to 60 or 100 people, one person is actually becoming an employer. All others will be employees only. See, this itself will tell you the person who dares to take the challenges, he will become an entrepreneur, or he will become a businessman, or he will become an employer. But all others will become employees. In the whole world, almost all 80% of the people are employees only, and remaining not even 20%, they become entrepreneurs or employers. But there are also different sectors actually we are making, whether actually they are working as a small scale entrepreneur or a big scale businessman, all those things will be there. That is not today's point of discussion. Okay, now what exactly happening in today's education system, almost in the worldwide in the same fashion. I am not touching upon a new education policy and all those things. Our education system generally inculcate the education, mindset and opportunities, etc., to our young generations to become employees rather than to become entrepreneur or employer. This is, we have to accept. Everybody has to accept this. They are having maybe difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, this is the education system what we are having. Because we are having British education system. In India, the Britishers actually made Indians to become their workers or employees. That's why that whole education system pattern itself is since from 200 years and above. So this is the become a standard in education to make the people to be employees. It is inevitable. We have to accept it. As on date, government institutions and other organizations support the students to become entrepreneur by conducting project competitions, internships, funded projects, hackathon, innovative project idea competitions. All that things are going on. Yes, it is. We have to accept it. Yes, this is also going on in a small scale. It has to become even more big. Now, actually, just I will touch upon existing education system. It consists of schooling up to 10th standard or SSLC, pre-university course up to 12th standard or PUC. Next, JOC, job-oriented course, and industrial training institute course for about 2 years. Next, diploma course for 3 years. Next, degree in science, arts, commerce, engineering, medical related, management, architecture, education, etc. So that are all for 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years range. Next, certificate, diploma, PG diploma, executive diploma, and degree courses for 1 month to 2 years duration also is there. Next, PG courses like MCA, MBA, MTech, MPhil, medical, etc. That are there for various subject areas for about 2 to 3 years. That program will be there. Next, PhD and postdoctoral courses with various duration of 4 to 6 years range. It is also there. In this, actually, just I want to share one small information what I have got. Just 1 minute, I will go back to. I hope all of you are seeing this one information which maybe this many of you might have seen this. So what next after 10th class? See, this information is very exhaustive, and just I will browse all these things. Intermediate, polytechnic, ITI, paramedical, short-term courses, and next actually related government jobs and related examinations. Next actually engineering, medical degree, teaching and others. Again, it's lot of actually NDA, Army, Navy, Air Force related, and lot of degree courses and professional courses, dual degree courses. Next, after graduation, engineering students, what and all they can do, medical students, what and all they can do, or other degree students, what and all they can do. Next, B.Ed, BPEd, MEd, PhD, and other post graduation, what and all courses they can do. And then finally, they are showing, doing all these degrees and all, they are actually going for any job. Correct. See, these are the things actually what is happening. And so many examinations are there. Hundreds of examinations in a year, actually, it is conducted by from government to public and private. And these examinations are making what? See, engineering examination, JET, BITSAT, VIT, and so many national level entrance examinations. Along with that, actually, Navy, Marine, defense examinations, and then actually IAS, IPS is also there. See, I'm just listing out so many related areas. They are conducting examinations and other things. See, it is mind-boggling. Our young generation students actually, what actually they are doing, really, I am not able to understand. See, there's so much big facilities are there only for what? Facing examinations. See, end of the day, this will makes our younger generation not to think beyond out of the box, and they have to mentally they have to prepare themselves to go for what? To go for any job, and they will become lifelong. They will become employees. This is what happened in our earlier generations, in our generation. But in present generation, we are pushing them to become like that only. And along with this academic activities, various technical activities are also in practice. Yes, in the level of inter-college, intra-college, university level, district, taluk, state, region, area, national, international level, both in online and offline. All these things are coming up. What hybrid mode of project competitions, technical paper presentations and competitions, hands-on workshops, SDP, FDP and related programs, conferences, symposium, etc., induction program, training, internship, apprenticeship, etc. Training for students, freshers, trainees, employees at various levels. All these things, 90% to almost 95%. It is converting all young budding people or generation to become actually employees only. This is the reality, hard nut reality. And next thing actually I want to show you very, very important information for you. Total number of universities as on July 2020 in the world is 30,586 in the world. And United States of America stands first with the 3,254. And believe it or not, this Russia is 1,036, and the People Republic of China is come second, 2,595 universities. But in many places, all the contribution towards new technologies and all, yes, definitely it is coming from universities and research centers. But the next level is what? How actually this will be comes and made into a product and it will be sold. See, that type of area, actually we are lagging, all of us. And now in this list, actually, where is India? Just I will show you next slide is for India. As per UGC data on as on 6th 8th 2021, latest total universities is 1,005 only. From UGC, actually, the list actually it is given 1,005 universities. What all these universities are doing? All under this, actually, hundreds and thousands of colleges are there. What we are doing? We are churning out the engineers, doctors, and other degree holders only to become employees in one way or another way. Very hardly 5% of the people are coming and looking towards entrepreneurs or this one, the businessmen, or to be frank, as an employer. And top this universities in the world, actually students ratio or students percentage, how actually it is. See, India is the biggest churning out university graduates in the world. 37 million students are coming out. China 30 million, USA 30 million. See, even Japan itself is actually churning out 305 million university students. See how that type of young energetic force we are having in the world daily and in the year. But does we make a change in these people to think out of the box and to become entrepreneurs or employers? That is the today's question. And that has to be answered by not only by me, by everybody, because we are answerable for our younger generation. What we have faced the problem and issues, but the same thing has now not to be faced by the younger generation. They have to jump towards the approaching to become a successful entrepreneurs. That is also very important nowadays. So now actually all these young people after graduation, they are thinking about career. What type of career I have to choose? Which career is important for me? Whether I have to join some companies or some organizations to become an employee, or I want to become an employer. This is the biggest headache and question, big question mark in all our younger generations. And Q.S. graduate employability ranking, actually, I will show you, friends. So in this, hardly actually imagine Massachusetts University is #1 in the world, and Stanford University, next California University, next Sydney University, and then Harvard University. So then come back to India. See, India's situation is very, very pathetic about graduate employability ranking. See, this is also, imagine, world top level universities are mostly concentrating on employability of their students. That means what? They are also this world top universities are making their students to become employable. That means to convert them into employees only, not become the employers. This is the hard rule, hard fact, actually, what I am telling you. And it is unimaginable in India. A top IIT Bombay is in 111. That means our Indian position is 111 only. I hope all of you understood compared to all other global standards and global standards of universities. So New Delhi 151, even IISc is 301. See, this is one ranking thing what is happening. See, this itself shows all top universities are working towards only to make the students to become employable, not to become startup owners. See, this is the drawback what we are having. That means our young generation mindset is like that. Do the preliminary courses, join to the degree, then go and join to the company. This is the route map we have showed. This has to be cut. This has to be changed. So that actually I am talking about. See, the lot of things actually, even government and other people are also working on it. For that, actually, they are supporting, state governments are supporting, funding agencies are supporting, and S&T divisions of foreign embassies are supporting, financial institutions are supporting, research parks and technology business incubators are there, industrial sector, they are also supporting. But end of the day, how much people are using it, how much people are coming out to become entrepreneurs, that is the point of thing and need of the hour for today. And these are all taken from UGC related websites and other related. They are all having incubation center, ideation units, all those things actually they have created to support the students and younger generation from their idea to innovation and ends here. After innovation, whether it is goes to the product level, whether they are supporting to that up to final product level, that is still a question mark. A lot of things are going on. I am not denying, but for a billion people, this one country, this is actually very, very less. We have to aggressively, we have to act accordingly, and so that at least 10% of the people, our new generation has to come out to become entrepreneurs. See, that is the main thing and need of the hour. See, even CRIKC, this is one website actually just visit. Here, lot of R&D and other related industry academia tie-ups are available for you. Just go through and check it. And now, see what we have done to our younger generation. See this kid, we are showing him actually a great destination. What is that great destination? To become an employee. Correct. That the child thinks that he is a Superman, but end of the day, he will become an employee, and he is always now in this time only we are seeing his heads are up. But after once his degree is over, until his death, his head is down only, because he has to listen to his seniors and bosses. When he will become, when we will make this young child to become boss, and until his death, he has to raise his head only like this. See, this is the need of the hour. We have to change this type of attitude from our kids and from our generation. See, now, when you are young, automatically you are all set of working or going to select some profession rather than business. That is your mindset you have created. Your parents induced in your mind by showing or telling always what you want to be, and most probably as an employee only. Always you will see, if you ask some children, when we asked what they want to become, normally they will say, I want to become an engineer, teacher, actor, lawyer, bank employee, doctor, politician, IAS, IPS officer, police. But do you think all these things are one or the other type of employee only? Some people are better to be employee and some are better to be employers. This we have to note it. And who and all to become employers, we have to nurture them. We have to find at the budding age only, and we have to nurture and we have to make them to become employers. That is actually need of the hour. And now, very, very important. Who is an employer? See, normally you will think one businessman is an employer. Sorry, in the context of employer, an individual person, an organization, private or public, semi-government, government, international organizations, everybody, even defense, BSNL, whatever, that itself is an employer. It may be employing 1% or 100% or 1000%, but that company, software company, hardware company, government organization, everybody is an employer only. But in general, what we are talking is an employer is a businessman or entrepreneur or startup owner. That is the context normally we used to. And next, this one and all you know very well, an employer is a person who employs the people and pays them for their work. Various wordings are in use for employee, like worker, laborer, staff, etc. All these things you know very well. I will not dwell upon all these things. And as an employee, what your mindset is, you can make progress. That means you can move up in the ladder with the different positions and different scales and different salary structure, and you can reach high position and earn well. But as an employer, you constantly need to find ways to find customers, increase your orders, improve your business. But end of the day, if the business succeeds, you would earn much more money than your complete your organization, how many employees are there, more than their salary, you will earn your profit itself. See, this is the hard nutshell inside this employer part. And being an entrepreneur, it is hard. I know that it is stressful. Yes, agreed. It takes up almost 100% of your time, energy, life, precious lifetime, but it is risky to the point of being more likely to lead to failure than success. That is actually because of this hindrance only, many people actually show their back towards entrepreneur. That means it is a success rate is very less, failure rate is more. And one thing, everybody wants security. That is very, very important. Everybody wants security because what? Easy money. Security means job security. Some people, they will want actually government job. Why? After retirement also, they will get money lifelong. Even if their death also, their wife will get money. See, this is the thing actually what security in life actually they want. Social security. Easy money, they will get, no tension, wants more time to spend with family, wants power and position, after retirement benefits, not having risk-taking mindset, investment of money and time, cannot have guarantee of success. 90% of young people wants to enjoy life rather than taking risk. Again, around 75% of the parents, irrespective of businessmen or employees, prefer their children to be employees only. This is the real fact. And see, now actually I will show you world level how entrepreneurs and startup owners are minting money like anything. This I wanted to throw light on this so that the audience, maybe students are there, maybe young faculty members are there. Let them look into this. A staggering 472 million entrepreneurs around the world launched 100 million startups in 2019 itself. But other figures are a bit more sobering, like the fact that 9 out of every 10 startups are failing, with a third of them closing in the first 2 years itself. Based on the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, it has surveyed 65 economies of the countries through adult population survey. And it is announced more than 582 million entrepreneurs in the world. See, it is very, very huge entrepreneurs bandwagon. Imagine how much millions of rupees they are actually getting out of all other people's through their as a customers and as an employees. That means 1 in every 13 people have a business. But in India, it is not the ratio. India is second largest populated country, requires to create jobs at least 10 lakhs per month. That means 1 crore per year. A job has to be created. Is it possible? It is highly impossible. Whichever government comes, whichever ideas they will put, but this is actually very huge. At the same time, population is also growing. As per latest NASCAM report, startup companies in India in 1 year showed growth of 108%. But this is very, very beautiful situation and for the startup owners or the entrepreneurs. Indian startup raised 12.1 billion from venture capitalists and private equity firms in the first half of 2021 itself. Okay, so that means actually it is 1 billion more than in 2020. But mind it, 20 and 21 is actually a pandemic situation. If pandemic situation was not there, even that numbers will be even more bigger. See, this is also actually I can show you a lot of information about surveys and all. Reports at Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai are 90% of the startup investments in the country. Okay, that is a great thing. And this one is in the terms of 4.3, almost it is around 10 billion worth amount generation is done in the startup companies. See, all these things actually, Baiju, Zomato, PhonePe, Unacademy, Ecom Express, all these are all top companies actually, they are minting money like anything in this pandemic situation also. Now, world data actually I want to give you for startup companies. As on 3rd August, just recent information for you. As on 3rd August 2021, total unicorn companies in the world. Here I want to say to you, whatever companies are there, their turnover is reached 1 billion net worth. So automatically that companies are called as a unicorn company. Okay. So in the world, actually, in 2021, total 779 unicorn companies are there. Out of that, USA got 387 companies, and India got just 36 companies, and China got 156 companies. This is the actual latest data for you to imagine and estimate how much big money is there in the business. And the top number one company who amassed a lot of wealth in the world is ByteDance. It is from China. It is actually a top unicorn company in the world as of now. It is actually having a worth of $140 billion. And second in the list is actually Stripe from USA. It is $95 billion. And I don't know at what level actually our Indian company is there. Can you imagine? It is, I don't know, about around 200 or 300, even beyond that. So Baiju stands in India number one. It is having 16.5 billion worth, $5 billion worth amount with it. So this is the startup company details and latest information for you. Next, see, all the our younger generation, always they are thinking to whether I want to become an employee and entrepreneur. See, always actually this is very, very good for their growth of career as well as their future. Entrepreneur, they can try. See, now let us go about what best actually we can. So let us start one by one step. So if they want to become an entrepreneur, what best actually can be possible? And if they become owner of a company, owner of an organization, so they can recruit many people under them. And this is once again a social service type. And see, do you possess this capability to become an employer? That is one big question. So you have to list out all these things. If anything is almost 80% you are having in this, definitely you can become an employer or a businessman. Are you assertive enough to be an employer? This is very, very important. Do you have skills for the business you want to build? Yes. Do you have enough patience and perseverance to go on even if you fail? This is very, very important. Do you have enough motivation? This is a great thing for you, because without motivation you cannot. Without mindset you cannot. And next is actually, do you have the money and means to start your business? What skills do you need to develop? It should be something you like. All these things are very, very important. And as an entrepreneur or an employer, for whom it is, who like challenges, who is focused, who is disciplined, who is taking risk, he want to be a leader, not a laborer, wants to be a boss of your own, wants money. Are you a planner? Are you bold enough? See, are you a creative person or inventive person? Are you dare enough to face challenges and problems? Are you people friendly? That is important. Are you a good taskmaster? Or do you respect both success and failures? Are you a cool minded? Are you calculative? You are shrewd enough? You are talkative? You are smart? All these things counts as a businessman. And you can do all this business in number of ways. As an individual, partnership with family members, business already existing, you can handle. New one you can start. Imported items you can do business. Service, product, process oriented you can do. Production, marketing, sales you can do. All such things actually, hundreds of openings are there to become an entrepreneur. See, that means hundreds of opportunities are there to become employee. In the same way, hundreds of opportunities are there to become employer. See, this is very, very cool table for you. If you want to become a businessman and if you have a good product, then the result is actually very good. If you are a good businessman, you are having good product, you will be successful. If you may be a good businessman, but your product is bad, then your result is definitely bad. If you are a bad businessman, even though you are having good product, you will be a failure. And definitely you will be a failure if you are a bad businessman and if your product is also bad. This is very, very important, friends. If you understand this table, definitely you can venture to become an entrepreneur or startup owner or a businessman or an employer. Another very, very important thing what I want to put in front of you is, if your product is good and your advertisement and packaging is good, you can attract customers and you can sell your product. And if your product is good, your advertisement and packaging, all those things is not good, then result is definitely a failure. And similarly, product is bad, your advertisement and packaging is good, then also your business will be failure. And product and both are bad means your result is bad. You can expect this one 100%. And now, if you want to become a employer or an entrepreneur, businessman, you should have all these things, very, very important. Knowledge, skill, experience, support, money, trusted employees, and product, facilities, courage, patience, common sense, action without delay. That is very important. Trust few, you have to. Don't trust everyone. Time sense, customer mind, innovation, quality sense. All these things are very important. And finally, two things are there here. Do you use your product? That is very important. And advertisement first for you, then you are automatically your company, your product. But finally, your product must be what? It must be attractive, it must be useful, it must be durable, and it must be a good competitive price and cost. Then only actually you will be successful as an employer or a businessman. Because don't see only as an employer in terms of handling the people, employees. That is not the thing. If your business is success, you can handle more employees and you can make you satisfied that particular employees. If not, they will leave you. If your business is fair, your employees will leave you. That's why first you should be a successful businessman, then a good employer actually you can become. That's why I am mixing all these things, employer as well as businessman tactics. Even big government organizations are failed because actually they are not having a good idea of a businessman and entrepreneurship. See, becoming businessman and all, it's a great thing, advantage. You are feeling different among others. You are having self-satisfaction. You are having money. You can have status. You can serve the society, and in turn, you are serving the country. But some disadvantages is you are having a lot of responsibility with the government and all, because you are having responsibility. And then risk is there, competition is there, heavy work will be there 24/7. Then working schedule, it is not a fixed one, 9 to 5. It is not like that, 24/7. These are the things. If you want to jump as an employer or a businessman or an employer, these are the things you have to seriously look into. And if you think, yes, it is my cup of tea, definitely you can become an employer. And then lot of industries are there. You can jump into all these business areas. And next, what are the causes for failures? That also I have listed. If actually these are the things to be eliminated, these are the tips to avoid business failures. Okay, wrong selection of business, failure in acquiring business experience, knowledge, skills, not following business ethics, wrong decisions, not getting right support or resources, money, repeated mistakes if you are doing, not studied market or customers or competitors, not getting updated both by yourself and your product, not foreseeing the market changes, or bad or no product advertising. See, all these things are definitely cause you failure in your business and as a businessman. You have to look into always these things and diversifying. If you are not diversifying products, definitely your company will be failed. Example is Nokia, Ambassador company, all those things. Doing multiple business ventures, splurging in investments and expenses, getting advice from unknown entities and listening to everybody, forgetting customer service satisfaction, not taking proper feedbacks, too much depend on subordinates and employees. This is a serious thing. Actually, you will do the mistakes. No strict money control and expenses, high borrowing and loans, not done stock analysis and transportation. All these things are not getting new customers. These are all footstep for failures. Okay. Next, as a student entrepreneur, what and all things are there available for you? The social media presence is there, mentors are available, startup communities are available, build it facilities are there, teammates are available, grants and competitions is for you, subject matter expertise is available, relationships wise, investors are also available, but you require only one thing in this domain, your mindset. If you are having a right mindset, definitely you can be a successful student entrepreneur also. I have got lot of examples. You can also have lot of examples when the student itself, they have actually become a businessman and entrepreneurs. That actually I have seen. My students themselves actually they have started companies, world level companies they have started. So I have got a lot of examples. Even now also I am counseling and I am giving consultancy for 1 or 2 startup companies in Delhi itself. They are all actually students only. They are actually developing AI products. So what exactly final remark I want to give is education system and curriculum must focus on development of knowledge and knowledge, skills and expertise. This is very important. Job oriented and skill oriented industry specific training must be compulsory for all. All business related theory and practical aspects must be compulsory for all. Identifying business-minded students and facilitate him to move in his interested areas of business. This is also very important. In higher education, provide all ample facilities to innovative ideas, product development, entrepreneurial aspects, rather than teaching skills and theories required to become employee. If you become an employee, you are good at one type of job or skill, friends. But if you become an employer or entrepreneur or businessman, you can serve any industry and supply or manufacture any product or items related to any industry. This is the great thing what you are having as a businessman or a, entrepreneur. If you are an employee, you are behind money throughout your life. But if you become an employer, both money, people and power will be behind you. This is the thing, one advantage to become an employer. But you should remember all these things. If you become an employer or an industrialist or a businessman or an entrepreneur or a startup owner, your role models should be whom? Bill Gates, Ratan Tata, Azim Premji, Narayan. Have these people as your role models, but not be Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, Harshad Mehta, Raj Kundra. I hope all of you understood. That means if you want to be a businessman, business ethics is very important. Business culture must be very important. These things you have to follow. Then only actually you will become a successful person and you will become a role model for others. And definitely as a businessman, you will grow like a gigantic growth you will have, and all other people will be running behind you as an employees only or admirers only. This is the thing what I want to say, friends, today about my as a keynote address. But this is the need of the hour for all of us and all of you people, younger generation especially, not only to think always about to become an employee. You should think another out of the box. Next side of the coin is employers. You have to become an employer, to give some opportunity for others to work under you and let them also flourish. If you get experience as an employee, this is another quote is very important. If you become an employee, if you know, if you put your leg in the shoes of employee, then you can, after you become an employer, you will be a successful employer because you know the feelings and problems and views and opinions of an employee. That's why top industrial, top business peoples, their son and daughter, they worked in the company as an ordinary laborers. They worked, they studied as an ordinary people. Later, actually, they will took over the mantle of their organization and industry. See the son of Azim Premji, see the sons of Dhirubhai Ambani, see the sons and daughters of T.V.S. company, see the son of Aditya Birla, see the son of this one Mahindra Group. They are all actually studied like ordinary students. They are all worked like ordinary employees, and then actually getting all these things, and they have actually flourished as a successful entrepreneurs and businessmen. That's all I want to say. And my acknowledgement to all the information presented here were taken from reliable sources, official portals, and online newsletters from various organizations worldwide. I am happy to acknowledge those contents mentioned here are from freely available contents and survey details, and the remaining points are my views, opinions, and ideas. And one final quote actually I want to put in front of you, friends, before thanking you all. Job pays the bill, but business pays the lifetime. So which one you want to choose, choose it. Your elder generations, including me, we have done mistakes. We have not used that opportunity, but we were ready to support you people. You take this opportunity. Don't go to become employees. To try to become businessmen, employers, or startup owners. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So Dr. Ravishankar CV, It's such an honor, honestly, sir, to be in the same session as you are. Now, you have done such beautifully, you have done justice to the topic. Now, we have a lot of participants who are mentioning how much value this session has added to their lives. And also, there is one really interesting comment made by Professor Chanchal Mukherjee. Now, it's not basically a question, but she has made this very interesting point that the mindset of the youth must change from a job seeker to a job giver. India should become a production economy from just a consumption economy. What do you want to add on that, sir?
No, I am not getting properly.
Okay. My apologies. So Professor Chanchal Mukherjee has raised a very interesting point here. She's saying that teachers are the creators of all professions, but they are the hardest hit in this pandemic. Government has failed miserably to look into this issue. What do you want to say about that, sir? Because many of our attendees are, agreeing on this point.
Okay, teachers in India, it is 90% by choice. 90% of people, because of qualification, because of actually no other industrial things are this one not able to get. Almost, I am telling you, 90% of people are actually not by choice. Somehow they have come to become teachers. Yes, I will agree. And this pandemic situation, I heard many stories. In one of the Tamil Nadu Engineering College, head of the Department of Computer Science, he is actually lost his job. He didn't keep quiet. He started his family business. What is that business? That I hope actually this one, I think in South India it is there. Bondas, bhajis, that type of business. And that snacks items. He used to start that business. It is flourishing like anything. He is now good at that business. He is actually supplying to many top companies, big companies. He is supplying that. He is very happy now. Actually, he told in one interview, I wasted my precious time to become a teacher. If I become an entrepreneur earlier only, now I might have become very big businessman. And another example also there, actually, that in India it was happened. That person actually is a employee in a company. He is a sales manager. He lost his job in pandemic situation. He has gone to his native along with his wife. Actually, his wife knows how to make this candle and that type of small this one business idea she knows. Along with her, actually, he joined and they started that business. And actually, now they are earning double the salary of his salary what he earned earlier when he was in job. Now both husband and wife, they are decided that they wanted to continue the same business. So many such examples in India, especially pandemic situation, are taught, including teachers, to start business. So many people started business, they flourished. Even that manufacturing or stitching masks, it is a big industry now. Many people, many tailors are actually stitched masks and they are selling with 100% profit. 100% profit, even 200% profit. They will get 2 rupees, this one for manufacturing cost, and they are selling it 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 20 rupees. So who is the successor? Who is the successful person? Those people only. So that's why I'm very happy if anybody changed their mindset and wants to become an employer or wants to become businessman. Yes, it is the right decision at right time. Great.
Okay, very insightful points there made by our mentor. Now, I would request our team that Professor Chanchal Mukherjee wants to speak, and I would request our team to allow her to speak so that she can unmute her mic. So there you are, Professor. And also, sir, one more point, that it is a very stoic comment made about teachers, that those who can't do teach. So it's also really funny when I came across it. Anyway, let's move to Professor Chanchal Mukherjee. Now, ma'am, you can unmute your mic and speak as you will.
Sumaira, good evening. Firstly, to inform you, my gender is male. I hope you are getting me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I am Professor Chanchal Mukherjee, Head of the Department of Management
Got it.
Studies. Am I audible? Am I audible to you, Professor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible now.
Yes. I am Professor Chanchal Mukherjee, Head of the Department in Management Studies, Radhakrishna Institute of Technology and Engineering, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Dr. Ravishankar ji, I think I am audible to you.
Sir, tell me, sir.
Yes, sir. Professor, you have come out with a wonderful presentation. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate you and appreciate the insights what you have given, Professor.
Thank you,
Even
sir.
I take a lot of pain in my management students to imbibe them the spirit of becoming an entrepreneur. Because what I feel is the day has come, sir, we have to imbibe the spirit of a job creator rather than a job seeker. The day has come and pandemic has taught us this. If not, there is no chance of any creation of job from government side, sir. Now the government is seriously considering of disinvestment and privatization. And as you know, as soon as the things become privatized, there will be first thing is job crunch, because it will be all technology driven and there will be less people, the people who are more imbibed with technology, they only will be grabbed. So henceforth, it is an insight to be given by all the professors in the educational institution in their curriculum. Entrepreneurship should be a part of the thought which should be given, along with moral science and moral value-based education, which is missing in our higher education, sir. I don't know how far new education policy will be supporting that. Unless and until there is a value-based education given to our youth, the word which you said about ethics will not be fulfilled, sir. Corruption cannot be taken away if we have unethical mindset of our youth. So ethics is to be imbibed in the curriculum. Entrepreneurship is to be imbibed in the curriculum. Another last thing which I want to say you, sir, it should start from our house. घर से ये बात फैलना चाहिए कि क्योंकि ये बात हमारे कल्चर में है कि अच्छा तुम बिजनेस करने जा रहे हो तब तो लड़की नहीं मिलेगा शादी करने के लिए. You have a job. At the end of every month, you get a salary. Then you have a girl with a dowry. So this is a culture mindset which is still there in our household, sir.
Sir, that is since from 200 years and above, sir. What Britishers taught us.
Exactly.
That's why I told.
Exactly. I am just adding on to you, Professor. You were absolutely right. What I say is the mindset of entrepreneurs should start from the home, where the parents should feel proud. जब उसका लड़का या लड़की बोलती है कि हम अपने पाँव में खड़े होंगे, I will give job to another 5 or 6 people. I have trained my students in such a way, sir. I am proud to say most of my students after graduating as a BBA or as a master as an MA, that is MBA, they haven't gone for job seeking in corporates even when campusing came. They rather went away and created jobs and provided jobs to their friends and juniors. I am happy to inform you, sir. And I am very delighted that you have deliberated such a wonderful points, and it should go in a long way. Thank you, SUMAIRA ji, for a wonderful anchoring. I wanted to compliment you since last couple of days. The way you are handling the sessions, it is fantastic. And I would love to be with your team another couple of days to continue. And
so much.
Dr. Ravishankar was wonderful. You just took out whatever is my mind in your slides. That is the reason I could not stop myself to come and congratulate the whole thing. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak out. Thank you so much.
Very true points, Professor Chanchal Mukherjee, sir. Really, the conclusion parts.
Thank you, Dr. Somnath.
Yeah, very, very good marks.
Thank you, Dr. Somnath. And a couple of words regarding if I have time, SUMAIRA ji, can I speak for 2 minutes? If I have time.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Regarding the plight of the teachers, the most pathetic part, SUMAIRA ji, just to say out, the education system, the policies, these all are made on paper. But actually, if you see in the grassroots level, whatever it may be the last choice or whatever it is, the teachers are having to look after their livelihood and their family. if the management is not supporting the teacher at this pandemic, they are grooming themselves from a chalk and a duster to an online teaching, madam, overnight. They never thought of that. Even there are teachers in the remote area who do not have this system. In IT sector, madam, when the staff is allowed to do work from home, they are provided with lappy chair and table by the corporates. घर बैठ के काम करे, आपको ऑफिस आने की जरूरत नहीं है. टीचर्स को क्या दिया गया है मैडम? टीचर्स को सैलरी नहीं दिया गया है, उल्टा दे हैव टू परचेज एन एंड्रॉइड फोन, दे हैव टू परचेज अ वेब कैमरा, दे हैव टू परचेज अ लैपटॉप. In my house, my 2 daughters do online classes, my wife do online class, I do online class. तो पहले तो मेरा 1 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट हो गया गैजेट्स खरीदने के लिए. Who supported me financially? But still I am continuing by getting the half salary which the institutions are paying. So this is the situation of most of the teachers' plight in the country, which government has to redress to make our new generation to flourish in the hands of the grooming people who are striving hard to deliver, so that the future is bright for this country, future is bright for this nation, and India can proudly stand in global market. Teachers need to be supported, madam. I stand by my word. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Chanchal Mukherjee.